a M&P9. I just picked this up, and this is going to be the before all of the upgrades. I'm going to shoot this at the range here, see how it feels, and then I'm going to do a follow-up with the upgrades that I made. Just a real quick comparison. Kind of good idea of what size difference and comparisons of a full-size gun versus a small carry gun. Just a note, I did read on some forum somewhere about that takedown tool that is in here to release the back strap so you can change them out. I cannot budge this. I have been turning, and the directions are magazine out, quarter turn, and then out you go. And no, will not come out. So, oh, and real quick, before I forget, this is the magazine that comes with it now. If you live in a idiot state like I do, you can only have 10 rounds, and this is what they give you. And really, Smith & Wesson, thank you for doing that, because every time I go into the gun shop, someone who is picking up their really. Alright, so one of the things, thank you Smith & Wesson for providing a magazine with the gun that is to the standard of the state, which is 10-round magazine. There's a lot of guns out there, a lot of people that are going into gun shops, especially here where I live, and I've seen it. They go in, pick up a gun, no magazines, and the dealer says, hey, it's a high-capacity magazine, you cannot have it. So then you're walking out of a store with a gun with no magazines. So thank you, Smith & Wesson, for doing that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot it. I can just tell you real quick, doing some dry firing with it, I can feel some, what people talk about, the grittiness right here. As you come back, you can feel it. It's like, it's almost like you're running a pipe down inside of another pipe, and you feel that, and it's kind of tight, you feel that like grittiness going on. Pretty accurate. Okay, so I've got the M&P taken down here. In front there are some of the modifications that I'm going to actually make to it. I have to say, after going to the range and shooting it, you know, it's a really Smith & Wesson did a really nice job with this gun. It's smooth. I felt like it was smooth. I felt like it was a very accurate. So making modifications, you know, are you going to really improve on it? So well, we're going to see. One of the things that I did, the first thing that I did, and which is a really you know, is an easy fix, is doing a different barrel. And I went with a match grade barrel from Storm Lake, and it's threaded, which is kind of nice. So I'm working on a suppressor. Anyway, so this is threaded, and I've heard that these will come off while shooting. So you gotta, I don't know whether to put some Loctite on there or just keep checking it and making sure it's on there pretty tight. And also one of the other things is that stainless steel, and like I said, it's match grade, and it's a little bit longer than the regular barrel, which gives you, you know, I think this is like 4 and a little bit, like 4 1/4, something like that, and this comes out to like a little over 4 1/2. So here it is. Storm Lake comes in a nice package now. Here you go. It says right on here. Here it is. Let me just see. The threaded one, and I guess it comes out. Yeah, it comes out to almost 5 inches. It's regularly 4 1/4 for the M&P, and so then it comes out to almost 5 inches, which is kind of like 1911 territory. All right, so one of the other things, as far as easy things to do, obviously a light. I got a fly in here now. You can see it. Anyway, so the TLR one, and it's I think high level or high output or something like that. I must have some food on my hand or something, because that fly's pretty interested. Anyway, so one of the other things, other than that, those two are really quite easy. And there's a third one that's quite easy. I don't know if you can see it, but it's the extended mag release. It's called the Catalyst. I think it's by 21 Arms or something like that. Let's see. It's yeah, 21 Century Gunfighter, and that's really easy to put in. So that's 2 easy upgrades. A third upgrade. Well, actually, this is a twofer because the mags that came with it were the 10 rounds, which are horrible. They taken a magazine and shortened, same length, put a filler in it, and then have a spring in there that's ridiculous trying to get rounds in. So the upgrade was 17 round magazine, and then doing an end plate change with one of these Arendo, I don't even know how you really would want to pronounce it. Arendo. Anyway, so with that, and sorry for the slaughter on the name, that with that it's pretty easy. Swap out the end plate, but it gives you an extra 6 rounds. Well, I can tell you, going to the range and using this already, it did not give me 6 rounds in there. Maybe after working in the spring a little bit, it'll give me 6 rounds. It only gave me 4 rounds. So really, that's 21 rounds in a magazine. That's really nice. Again, it's 9mm. The next, I don't know how easy it is, after my shield installation, is a new fiber optic front and a plain black rear. Now, the reason why I am doing the change of sights, is because I have to remove the rear sight on here anyway, in order to put on 2 things from a company called Apex Tactical. And so you're really getting a new trigger and sear. Comes that fly again. Anyway, so you get the Apex trigger and the FSS. It's a kit actually. So I'm gonna. There's a couple of videos on actually installing this. I don't know if I'm going to really do a video on installing because the last one I did with the shield was a real pain in the ass trying to video it and then getting off that rear, that front sight. You have an option in this kit which is really, really nice. You get a choice of, oh, there it is. Here it is. Okay, this is another bag with it. This is what comes in the kit. Sorry, the light's reflecting on it. You get a choice of 2 springs. 5.5 or 4.5 pound. One's considered duty travel carry, and then the other one's I feel like they wanted to call it like competition. And once you do the 4.5 spring trigger, then you do this other upgrade. It ends up coming out to like a little under 4 pounds, and to me that's a little bit of a a liability. So let me get started on this.